Godzilla was a huge moneymaker at the box office this weekend. Millions flocked to see the 3D monster lay waste to whole cities on screen. But here in New York, the big guy has competition. Dragons, and they're real. Michelle Miller visited them in their new digs just north of Manhattan.
They are the biggest lizards to roam the earth.
Komodo dragons are probably one of the most iconic species of reptiles.
This week, Bronx Zoo director Jim Brahini welcomed 3 rare Komodos to their new home.
When people come to the Bronx Zoo and they view the Komodos in this exhibit and they see these animals exploring, interacting with each other and their environment, they're going to get a different sense of what a reptile is.
Highly elusive, Komodo dragons are our closest link to dinosaurs, native to just one place in the world, the tiny Indonesian island that gave them their name. To make them feel right at home,
we built this out of steel, rebar and steel mesh that we then shot concrete onto and then carved the concrete into these rocks.
Bronx Zoo officials literally left no stone unturned. Replicating the Komodo's natural habitat is all the handiwork of a team of artisans who planned, constructed, and then painted this landscape over the last 2 years.
They're professional artists. They all have creative lives outside of the zoo, and they just love the work.
We caught up with them and exhibit director Gary Smith last August.
It's really challenging. It uses a lot of imagination. It's an exciting process.
Do the lizards really notice all that you're putting into this?
There's places for them to hide, places for them to search for food. I think that it's a very exciting space for the animals to be in.
Authenticity meant attention to every painstaking detail, using models built to scale before any groundbreaking began. Then came the hard part, duplicating their ideas in the real world.
They're replicating a real place. This is Komodo Island off the coast of Indonesia.
But to the extent of making sure that each shade of gray or beige is to perfection?
Yeah, the soil in here is matched to soil in Komodo Island so that it looks real.
Because Komodos dig during mating season to lay their eggs, workers had to ensure their pens were at least 3 feet deep.
She'll lay her eggs in there, and it'll be nice and warm for them, and then they incubate. The floor has radiant heat in it as well. There's going to be water, hot water run through pipes in the floor, and that'll radiate through the dirt substrate, and there'll be a warm pool for them to go into.
Of course, all this attention to detail isn't just for the dragons.
It transports the public to Irian Jaya
Right.
or to Komodo Island.
Right. And we're trying to get them to be more involved in conservation.
It's estimated there are less than 2,500 Komodo dragons in the wild today, with as few as 350 breeding females. The Wildlife Conservation Society and the Bronx Zoo hope their exhibit will motivate the public to learn more about the animals and hopefully to care about their fate.
I think this window into the biology and the habits of the Komodo dragon is going to increase people's appreciation for this species, and hopefully not just Komodo dragons, but all reptiles.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, Michelle Miller, New York.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that exhibit. It is amazing what they do to recreate their environment. Although I have to say, I did wonder, couldn't they just ship in some rocks?
It seems like that would be less painful. Yeah. They're such fascinating animals to look at, though. You really can see their origins.
Amazing. Very cool.